on your notification bell to all so you never miss a beat. And guess what? Every time you watch, you're going to receive a real, relevant, and relatable guest that's going to share with you a piece of the puzzle on this journey called life that will help you be able to manage just a little bit smoother. At the end of the day, the Kim Jacobs Show goal is to be able to provide balance to the world, one household at a time.
Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show.
Welcome to this episode of the Kim Jacobs Show. I hope that you all are in your virtual seats. I see you over there sharing. Jaleesa, you're not playing. You like bring it in. Everybody come up in this broadcast. And on that vein, actually, I would love for everyone to take a moment today and share the broadcast. Just take a second, share the broadcast. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to introduce this lovely lady, Jaleesa Evans. How are you today?
I am blessed and highly favored, Miss Kim. How are you?
I am even better now that you are in my presence. So I'm so excited to have you here today. We're going to have a great time, everyone. And just so that none of you miss anything, let me do this because, and Mackenzie, thank you for being here today to help me backstage. I appreciate it. But I know I didn't tell you this, so I'll go ahead and do this one thing. We're going to just take maybe like 1 minute. Everybody share. Everybody should have had plenty of sharing going on. Also, when you come into the virtual studio audience, go ahead and let us know exactly where you're visiting in from. And I will definitely go ahead and pop your comments up. Okay, I see you. The K-Star Show is here and glad to be here. We're going to be recognizing you all throughout today's broadcast. Good morning to you, Ernetta Caldwell. Yes, they said they are here. Hakima Ali, happy Monday. Feeling blessed to be a part of this experience. Okay, so y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. Y'all up at the Kim Jacobs Show, get ready to show out. All right. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. All right, everybody. Let me introduce this beauty queen to you. Literally, she is a beauty queen for real. But anyway, Jaleesa Evans is an inspirational speaker trained by Les Brown. She resides in, I will let her say this,
Waxahachie, Texas.
Waxahachie, Texas, y'all. Okay, I'm going to say Dallas. It's near Dallas, Texas. With her husband, their 2 children, and their turtle. She is a high school graduate with a trade as a registered dental assistant. And I'm not going to read this part of her story because that's going to be a part of her backstory. And I want you all to learn from her. But she has a lot of things that she has dealt with throughout her journey that have left some open wounds, and making sure that that cycle didn't continue to repeat. She has been able to do some things that have changed her life and will hopefully change yours today as you listen to her journey. Her mission right now is to be able to impact men and women with her story, encouraging them to heal. And it's from a specific type of abuse that's happened, because you are worth it. Jaleesa is available for all kinds of speaking engagements as well, and all of her contact information will be shared. So welcome, Jaleesa, to the Kim Jacobs Show.
Hey, Miss Kim, and to all your listeners, listen, I'm so excited to spend time with you today and your listeners, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity to be on your platform. So thank you, and hello, everybody.
Y'all know you got to share this with everybody. So listen, Jaleesa, today the topic, as lighthearted as you are and as beautiful and as pleasant as you are, you've been through some pretty traumatic experiences in your former years. Take us back on a journey and tell us a little bit about your story.
Okay, so I was born and raised in a very small town in Oklahoma called Idabel, right? You know, where if you blink, you'll miss it.
I mean, you've been in some, I'm serious. Okay. These cities you done been in, they've been a whole name just in themselves. Okay. Okay. So Idabel, Idabel, you got to say it a certain way too. I grew up in Idabel.
Yes, I grew up in Idabel, Oklahoma. And I was born to 15-year-old parents. That's interesting. And so Les Brown always says, like, you were chosen with love, right? Because he was chosen with love by Mamie Brown. And so therefore my grandmother raised me and she chose me with love.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah. And she raised me all the way through. I'm sorry, my children just came back in from outside.
You know what, girl? This show is all about how people balance different aspects of their lives. The kids can get on the show if you want them. That's fine. They're like, don't be trying to act like you don't hear us back here because we will tear this side of this house down. So
right. Okay, and my children will. My son is like a little Spider-Man.
Like, look, I'm over here. I'm trying to be professional, but I hear it's a whole show going on. And you know, children today, they know about social media. They like, did you not invite me?
Right. Well, actually, my daughter, she is not a fan of the internet because I homeschool also. So we talk a lot about internet safety. And so she's like, you don't trust the internet, Mom.
Yeah, you need to be more careful. Why are you putting your whole name, Jaleesa Evans, at whatever?
Yes, absolutely. And so I was raised by my granny and grew up in Idabel all the way until I was 18. Right. And then, you know, I'm sure you know, and the viewers know too, when you turn 18 and it's time to leave the house, you like super excited to leave, ready to go be grown, do grown folks things.
That's right.
And so I left and I went out 19 doing grown folks things. And I slipped into a blackout. Right. I got so drunk one night on my birthday that I just blacked out on the way home. And
wow, wait. So when you were drinking, did you know? I can only tell you from my own personal experience that I went to a party one time in college and I did not know it was alcohol. It was like a big fruit punch bowl because I actually don't drink and didn't drink like even back then. I drank a cooler a couple of times, but I did not know that it was spiked with some major grain or whatever they call it. So it took me for a serious loop. Did you know that this was?
I gotta hold myself accountable, Miss Kim. I definitely knew.
Oh.
And I was in that club. Okay. Yes, I knew.
I was like, maybe she was like me. Maybe she got tricked out thinking it was
No, I knew. Now, if something was in those drinks, I didn't know that. Right. And that's something that my granny always taught me. You know, your parents and grandparents always give you these, I call them grannyisms, you know, for life. And she always told me to watch my drink, especially when I left. And, you know, I didn't do that. I didn't listen. You know, you don't listen until you're ready to listen. Right. And then
that's so amazing. Right.
And so no, I definitely knew. And I just overconsumed from being excited, trying to, you know, like I said, trying to be wrong. And so that night I was with family, but I was sexually assaulted that night. You know, I woke up kind of in a daze and realized what was going on, but I still blacked back out. But the next morning I realized what had happened. And in that time, you know, because in our community, our Black community, I'm going to say that, and in many cultures, really, to be honest with you, Kim, that thing is not talked about, you know.
Right.
You don't know who to go talk to it about. And so the best thing we know how to do is just sweep it under the rug, right?
Right,
And
right.
so that's what I did. And then I ran, which is another, effect of this type of abuse. I just took flight and ran, and I came to Dallas, Texas, where I am now. I kept going on with life, and I was doing well. I started my community college courses. I was working at Olive Garden, but those wounds were still there, right? The heart was still open. And so I was repeating the same toxic cycle. I went out with coworkers one night and I did the same thing.
Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. Jolisa, and I mean, by all means, studio audience, feel free to ask your questions and share your comments as well. But let me understand, you're saying when you were 19, you were out with a group of people, and unbeknownst to you, when you walked away from maybe your drink or something, I see you joining in from Chicago. Thank you. Listen, you walked away from your drink, came back. Obviously, something had happened that maybe you didn't was unaware of, and then you woke up in a daze with someone that you knew.
Yes. Yes. And in most cases like that, the perpetrator is more than likely someone that you know.
And was the person like, hey, you actually consented to this, even though you were blanked out? I mean, what did they say? You know them. This is like, why am I here with you? What is going on?
Well, it was like a split moment where I woke up, right? And I was already in a room, because when I blacked out initially, I was in a vehicle headed home. And then when I woke up, I was in my room, in my bedroom, and I was being fondled, by somebody that I know, love, and trust. And that, what was your question again, Kim? I'm sorry.
You know what? Don't even worry about my question. You just go ahead and just share to the level of comfort that you feel sharing, because it's going to bless somebody that's watching today. So just carry on with your share.
Okay, so yeah, I just woke up. That was a question. I'm sorry, I gotta try. But I just woke up out of an instant, and then I like blanked back out. And then it was like, you wake up and you're like, man, was that a bad dream? Did this happen? But I looked down and it was like, no, this was reality. Like, this really happened. And then so back to the story. Thank you for everybody in the comments. Yes, Kim, I was going to use that as a resource for sure. The National Sexual.
Yeah, I want to make sure we share that.
Absolutely. That is an awesome resource to use. And they have a lot of awesome resources on their website as well. So yeah, I went to Dallas, started community college, started working. I was excited. But I went out partying again with coworkers, because that pain and everything was still unhealed. My heart was still wounded.
Right.
Yeah, like this scar here on my arm. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it was unhealed. Everybody has scars, and we know what happens if that scar goes untreated. It's infected, right? And it's just like your heart. When your heart is wounded from this abuse, it's infected, it's poisoned. And I didn't realize that, but I was repeating the same toxic cycle by numbing myself with the alcohol. And I blacked out again. Kim, can you believe it, girl? I did not learn my lesson.
Wait, but nobody sexually abused you this time, did they?
It happened again by two individuals this time. Co-workers.
Oh my gosh. So at this point now, you are in this vicious cycle of you just going out to have fun with people that you trust. You feel like, I'm letting my hair down because I'm in a good space. Yeah, all of your comments, I see you saying, thank you for sharing your story. Oh my God, I love her courage. Thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing your story. Oh no, good morning. Just all of the comments that's coming in. This is you're very courageous. All of your comments. Thank you all for your inspiration and encouragement to our guest today. Dr. Zakia says, you are a beautiful testimony of overcoming adversity. My God. So now you're here 19 years old with people you trust, love. You said family, actually, because I listened very well. So you
Mhm.
actually said you were with some family when
Right.
that happened. Then now, fast forward a few years later, you're with coworkers, and this happens again. And people take advantage of you when you're in your most
It
vulnerable
actually
state.
wasn't a few years later either, Kim. I didn't mention it was actually 4 weeks later. I mean, 6 months later. I was still 19.
I we gonna have to take a commercial break, and we're gonna come right back.
All right, definitely. Stay tuned, guys.
Boy, 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 boy. We'll be right back, everybody. Wow.
I'm attorney Kenneth D. Snow, and at the Snow Legal Group, justice is our job.
For more than 20 years, Attorney Snow has been fighting for justice and winning cases in the Carolinas by providing aggressive representation in criminal defense, domestic violence, family law, serious injury, and wrongful death. If you've been injured or lost a loved one in an accident, including tractor trailer or rideshare, you need the Snow Legal Group by your side, fighting for justice and fighting for you. Visit snowlegal.com. Call 704-358-0026 for a free virtual consultation. Located at 6827 Fairview Road, Suite D in South Park.
Wow. All right. We are back, and we're talking with Jolisa, who's sharing with us her really traumatic experiences that she's encountered of sexual abuse as she was growing up. At the age of 19, in the same year, I consider it molested, but anyway, sexually assaulted and abused, and her innocence taken from people that she knew in every instance. So, what made you decide that you wanted to come forward with this and share this with people? So that, tell us what made you say, "This is it. I gotta share this."
I started like after I healed and everything, and I was listening to a couple of my best friends' stories from stuff that happened in their families, and it made me relate to them by telling them my story. And I saw that they found comfort in that, knowing that somebody I know has been through this, but she can tell me where to begin or to even help my family member how to heal from this, because the family suffers, when this happens inside the family. And also the person suffers immensely from it. But what happened to me was what made me just say enough is enough. I had a friend who asked me after that second time, Les Brown also says only quality people have only
OQP, only quality people.
Yes. And so during that time, after that happened, this time I did have the courage to report it and go to the police station.
Okay.
But yet, though, Kim, I didn't follow through. I went and got the rape kit, everything done. And when I got to the police station for their investigation, because at this point, it's he say, she say.
Right.
And they need proof. So they wanted me to call, and they were going to record the call. Well, I called that person, my coworker. He didn't answer the phone. And so they wanted me to continue to find different ways to reach out. And once I left the police station, I was like, because it took a lot of courage to take that phone call, to call
him. Do that, right?
Because I didn't want to see him ever again. And after I left the police station, I was just like, okay, I'm not going to do this. I'll just deal with it my own way, kind of brush it under the rug again. But the same drinking kept happening. And then I started playing in the LFL, which was here in Dallas. And we were, our games, it was a female football team. And our games,
the lingerie football league.
Yes. And our games were on MTV. And so you get a different type of people that start coming into your circle when you moving a little different. And my ego was huge, girl. I mean, you couldn't tell me nothing, okay? And pride was there, but this friend, his name was Ray. He came to me and said, a blackout happened again. And then I got into an argument with a family member. And he said, "Joe, when is enough?"
Right.
When are you going to be tired of running in this same toxic cycle? Because until you heal, you're going to keep repeating that same toxic cycle. You're going to turn into a drug addict. You're going to, stay addicted to the alcohol. And at that point, I was tired. Girl, I was tired. I was like, you know what, Ray? You're right.
Wow,
How do
that's
I
a good friend.
That's a really good friend. But, you have to be open to hear that criticism and that feedback, because sometimes we can take it too personal and like, oh, he tripping, whatever. No, that's real talk. And that's
right.
when you really got somebody in your corner that loves you. And I asked myself, like, Ray, how do I heal from this? Like, what steps do you suggest that I take? Girl, that man said therapy. I said, what?
That's good. That's good advice, Ray. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being
a friend.
Yeah, see, I can't sing. I gotta say it in words. So I was like, thank you for being her friend. You can sing it. Even though by all means we don't have the rights to that song or anything.
Sorry.
We're just putting out a slogan of thanks for being a friend to her. That's all. But okay. Anytime you're doing a show, you got to put all kind of caveats out there. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you for that. I apologize. Yes,
oh, no. He's been a great friend to you. That's where I was going anyway. I just didn't sing it. Go ahead.
Right. And what was my thought headed?
Oh, you're so funny. You're like, what was I talking about? Ray told you until you stopped doing the things that you were doing and going through those same vicious cycles would lead to drug addiction, alcoholism, whatever. Then get the therapy. That's where we were. Getting therapy.
Right. And I laughed initially because, again, in the African American culture, growing up for many generations, it ain't just my generation, their generation, the generation after that. You don't talk about that stuff with anybody. You definitely don't go and see a psychologist. Right.
That's right.
And so I had to jump out of line, because enough was enough, and I didn't know any other way to heal. So I took his suggestion. And the blessing came when he said, I'll help you. I'll take care of it. Whatever you need. I was like, oh man. Thank you, Lord. And so I Googled several different therapists. I consulted with several different therapists until I found the one that was right for me. And because I knew I had a lot to unload on that lady.
You're like, I need this to be a whole special person that can take all that I'm about to data dump into them, right?
Yes, like on my forms, the forms you fill out before you go, girl, I put a whole truckload on there. I was like, she better know what she's getting into. Okay.
Multiple pages. You're like, you're gonna need to have your own mental sanity together. I get it, because I get counseling as well, and I'm an advocate of counseling. I think that it's important, not just when things are going bad, but for maintenance. And I'm a big believer that counseling works. So, because then you get to have a third party perspective on things, and hopefully it's not somebody to know you, because that's what here in Charlotte, I'm like, what church you go to? And the only reason I ask is because I don't need them all up in my business if they already know. They done seen me on a billboard or something. I'm like, oh, girl, I've had that happen, Jaleesa, where I've been in a doctor's appointment and I'm talking. And then I'm like, okay, I want to do this. Then in walks somebody and I know they know me, and they trying to act like they don't know me. But I'm like, you know me and I know you. So I'm not about to tell you my business. Go ahead.
Right. No, I definitely understand that. So yeah, I agree. I'm the same way. Matter of fact, I think I just got some maintenance in 2020, and I might need some maintenance now. You never know. So the process never stops. But once you see changes in your behaviors, changes in how you're reacting to things, that's when you definitely know you need that maintenance. Like, oh, let me go talk to somebody about this who doesn't know me, who won't judge me.
Right.
Let it all out and get some new things to cope with.
Yeah. Well, a lot of comments are coming in, and I want to make sure that we get a chance we're going to get to like just a flash round of a bunch of comments. Okay.
All right.
So we'll do that. But before we get there, I want to understand the people that did these things to you. Did they ever come back and apologize? Did they ever was anybody ever held accountable, or did they just go on and That's just what such is life.
Let's just go on as such as life. And you know, that isn't the part that's the most important, right? In healing, this was my aha moment in therapy. When she said, forgive yourself. I think that session I was releasing all of my shame, my guilt, my blame on myself. And when she said, forgive yourself, I was like, what? What you mean? What do you mean, Doc? She said, you got to forgive yourself. You got to let that go. It was not your fault that someone decided to take advantage of you, mistreat you in a vulnerable state. And that's what I would love anybody who's listening right now and who has been through this experience, hasn't spoken about this experience. It is not your fault that someone decided to take advantage of you. You did not put yourself in that situation. It's not your fault. So take the shame, the blame, and throw that out the window and let the weight of the world come off your shoulders.
That's
and go
good.
Be great in your life.
Forgive yourself. That's what her counselor told her, and she's passing that wise nugget on to each of you. Forgive yourself, and don't worry about whether they ever ask for forgiveness or not. And so when we come back after this commercial break, let me just at least tell you all that we have our episode sponsor, which is Silver Shield Security. And if you haven't used Silver Shield Security, make sure you look into them. silvershield-security.com. Right after this commercial break, we're going to be talking more with Jolisa Evans and going to our studio audience comments. We'll be right back.
It's not just another day. It's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right, everyone, we are back and we are talking with Jolisa Evans, who's sharing her very candid story about experiencing sexual abuse from someone that she knew in multiple instances. So when you're sharing these tips, I would like for you to share any other tips that you think would be helpful to people that have experienced sexual abuse and how they can be able to move forward sincerely, being able to forget the past, or not even forget the past, but learn from the past and move forward. What advice would you give?
Forward. So since we just spoke on forgiving yourself, another aspect to that is you also forgive your perpetrators. You have to forgive them, not for them. You forgive them for you. And you can forgive them in whichever way, form of, you can speak it out into the universe. You can write it down on a sheet of paper. You know exactly how you feel, journal about it, but you have to forgive them also. So you're not carrying them in your mind anymore. So they're not making decisions for you anymore. So they can't hold you hostage anymore because you're free. And that's the power of forgiveness. And that's the greatest gift that you can give yourself, is the freedom from healing, the freedom within. It's like you're not bound to their chains anymore, and you can go and have a great future for yourself, for your family, and for the ones that you care about.
That's so good. Write it out on a sheet of paper, journal about it, talk about it, whatever you need to do, but just forgive them and move on. And when you recommend forgiving people, do you also recommend not holding them accountable if given the opportunity, or do you just recommend forgiving and just don't even try to hold them accountable? Go on.
You know, I'm gonna say what I did. I didn't hold them accountable, but if you have that courage within, and I'm highly okay with that, because I highly believe that God, they will have their way with the Lord, you know, and he's the only one to judge, in my opinion, you know, but, and to crucify. But if you have that courage to do it, heck yeah, Go and get your justice, girl or boy. You better go get that. I definitely encourage you. It takes a lot of courage. So definitely have a support system around you who can keep encouraging you to continue on with that journey. Definitely. That was a great question, Kim. Thank you.
Oh, well, it's my honor. That's what I'm here for, to ask some questions. So I love the tips that you're already sharing. And what I'm going to do is go to some of the studio audience comments. And then that way, as we go to those, it may spark some additional comments or thoughts that you have towards what they're saying. Okay. And Bernetta Caldwell said, amen to what you just shared. Carla Joanne Fry said, if we don't forgive, we also hold them hostage. God said, if we don't forgive, he won't forgive us. Whoa, talk to that. Maybe something. I think that's kind of what you're saying.
Right. Yeah, that's pretty deep, Miss Carla Joe.
Yes, Carla Joe Fry has been on one of the episodes of the Kim Jacobs Show too. And I don't want to share your story, but it may have been about human trafficking. I can't remember exactly, but it was a pretty intense episode. So definitely go check out the Kim Jacobs Show episode with Carla Joanne Fry. She was an amazing guest as well. Thank you for being here today. The K-Star Show says, forgive yourself and forgive the perpetrator. Yes. The power of forgiveness. Abadabo says the power of forgiveness is the freedom within. Powerful. Dr. Ann said, powerful freedom within. Let's see. Lots of comments have come in here. Counseling, journaling, and forgiving the perpetrator aids to healing. Yes, it does. All right, you guys, thank you so much for all of your here. He says, forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Carla Fry says, I have never gotten an apology because she was also abused. And if you don't forgive yourself, you will continue to carry a burden that's not yours to carry. Right. Absolutely. And I'm big on the Bible. So anyway, the Lord and the Word of God says to just be able to cast your cares on him. And he will care for us. He knows the things that his burdens are light. If we just cast them on him, then it'll lighten up our load some. And it's very important.
And
therapy was my.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to hit on that a little bit because in the Bible, it also says that yes, we are made to believe in him, but we also are made to suffer for him, meaning, deeper down that our pain has a purpose. And I feel like God has led me to speak about this, to maybe connect with people like Miss Carla. We can maybe go make a bigger impact out there, to let people know that they can heal from this.
That's right. Yes. And I really do want you all to connect offline too, to make sure and just say, I referred you all to each of you, or if you need me to make the connection, I'll be happy to do that. And a lot of connections are being made from people coming here on this show. So I really appreciate it. Dr. Connie Green, who also has a show called Wisdom Tips with Dr. Connie Green. And she has a powerful story as well. And she said therapy was her lifeline and hers involved her father. And so you definitely want to check out the tips that she shares. Let's see. Somebody was laughing at whatever I was saying earlier. I don't remember what I was saying. I know that's right. Yes, Kim. I said something. Everybody don't need to know your business. Oh, I must have had my glasses turned like.
Yes, that was funny.
All right, jump off the line, out of line, Joe. Okay, I don't know what that means. Okay. Oh wow, God bless you, Ray.
Yes, God bless Ray. Yes.
What goes on in the house stays in the house. Oh, you know what? I see what's happening. Y'all are talking to each other in the virtual studio audience. So it's like, I was like, what is happening? What they're saying is, girl, I'm over here in section 201, blah, 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 blah. And I see you, girl. Yes. Okay. Hey, I know that's right, Marvina. Yeah. So Marvina at the mic saying something and Dr. Ann over there commenting. And then somebody said, yes, right, Ray. I see you over here, Ray. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I was over here thinking. So that's what's happening. Y'all in your own world in the virtual studio audience of the Kim Jacobs Show.
I got to shout out to my people real quick, Miss Kim. That's my accountability group. Those are my quality people. You heard me? So when it's real, man. Get you some quality people around you that, like Dr. Laverne said on your show the other day, that who are going to celebrate you and where you're not just tolerated. But we celebrate each other up in here, honey. Up in here.
Yes, up in here, as Les says, up in here. Y'all know how to celebrate each other. Shout out to my quality people, y'all, from Jolisa. Let me make sure we put that comment up as well. And thank y'all for showing up for everything that she's here to share. So now you've made some conscious decisions. You
Yes.
decided to get with some quality people, to forgive yourself, to forgive your perpetrator, and hence you've now crossed over to the other side, right?
Yes.
So, as we continue our discussion, when we come back from this commercial break, we like to hear what the other side looks like for you. Okay.
Absolutely. I'm excited to share, girl.
All right. We will be right back after this commercial break.
Come back, y'all. Come back.
Come back. Share the
No,
broadcast.
no,
Come on now. We're going to a commercial break now. Let's see. Here we go.
When someone has lost a loved one, they want to know what exactly happened. They want to know, is the other person going to be held responsible? And they want closure. At Hunter and Everett, we help clients that have lost a loved one move on, and to do that with dignity and respect that they deserve.
All right, everybody, we are back and we're talking with Jolisa Evans, and she's nothing short of amazing, sharing her personal journey with us and how wonderful God has blessed her life. Because even though we go through different afflictions, guess what? Our afflictions are light compared to what our Savior. I know I don't want to turn this to a whole Holy Ghost experience, but I'm telling you, this is just what I believe. Everybody believes something totally different, and I don't. In part, I don't have to force my beliefs on you, but I do believe wholeheartedly that what we go through, comparatively speaking to whoever you all might report to in your higher source, for me, it's Jesus and my Lord and Savior, is very light in the big scheme of things. So just anyway, talk to us about how you've crossed over and what the other side looks like for you, Jolisa.
All right. So after all of that process, because listen, guys, when you start this journey, there's going to be some good times, there's going to be some bad times, and it's sure enough going to be some ugly times. And it's a long journey, you know? So don't expect to think, oh, I went to therapy, I'm healed. No, ma'am.
No. No, ma'am, and no, sir.
Yes, it takes you to do a lot more work. And I started a community where I'm going to start listing my 10 steps in depth of what I made it very simple and digestible to take in so anybody can, you know, put the steps into action. And so those were like the first 2 steps for acknowledge, you know, the fact that you need help, love yourself, enough to know that you're worth the journey. Because in the abuse, we lose our self-worth. That self-esteem goes, you know,
Right.
Right. And yeah, so it kind of helps you build yourself back up and start the process on the healing journey.
Wow.
And so now on the crossover, I started dating again. And, you know, sexual abuse has a lot to do with your relationships too. And so you may be wondering, why are my relationships so toxic? And, you know, that's another sign that, hey, I need to heal from this.
Well, I can't. First of all, you seem like you're not too. You look young to me. I don't know how old you are, and you don't have to reveal it, but you don't look too far from your younger years. So I'm like, you act like this was way back when. I'm like,
Girl, it
this is
feels
like last month.
32, honey.
32?
32, yes.
Amazing. Then you have such a baby face.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I
And a-
practice good skincare.
Yes, and a beautiful smile, beautiful everything. And just a wonderful glow about you. So, okay, so wow, 19, and you go on, you start dating, and now you find yourself in what kind of relationships? Are they toxic? Are they healthy? What did you say, toxic?
Well, in the dating process, it was a little toxic. I was going through that, oh, I don't care, I'll just date this guy. But then I came across a special kind of guy, which is my now husband. But and we're a little unorthodox. You know, he's a little older than me, and everybody's like, how do y'all make this work? It's like, honey, if you knew what I've been through with men, once I found a great guy who was all about me and loving me, there he is, Mr. Steve. That's my hubby.
Mr. Steve, her Boaz. Mr. Steve, yeah, you're Boaz over there. That's you, her special God sent blessing. So thank you so much for coming into her life and being able to make a beautiful union and bring out the best in her. All right, go ahead. Tell us about this family.
Thank you for that shout out because he's on here too.
I didn't see his comments. Where are you at, Steve?
Oh, he's driving, so he's not commenting, but he's tuned in. So.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, husbands, they'll be like, "Now I know she saw me making a comment." I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm calling her on her personal life. I would put it up if I saw it, Mrs. Steve. But I got your photo here. So he came into your life. Steve came into your life. Tell us how you all met. How this whole love affair came about.
Listen, we met online, right? And then we spoke for like a week, like really intense on the phone, like really getting to know each other. And girl, he was just a 15-minute drive away all this time.
And you didn't know it when you met him online? You had no clue he was that close? Please don't tell me he in Waxahachie.
No, because we live somewhere separate in another part of DFW at this time.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, now you know what? That's too bizarre.
Yeah, and so we finally met in person. We went on a date, and we just couldn't quit talking from that date. We had so many things in common, like athlete, just a lot of things in common, and we just haven't been separated since. And so we had our daughter in 2014, and it was a little unorthodox. I'll tell you, it's not how it's supposed to go in the Bible, but so, and then in 2017, we got married. So we've been together. It'll be 11 years this year. And our wedding anniversary is this month on the 21st.
Congratulations.
Yeah. It'll be 5 years married, girl. I can't believe it, but it's a blessing.
Awesome. And let's see, now you have two beautiful children.
Ivy, and that's Sinjin. We just had Sinjin in 2021.
Wow.
So, yes, he's a blessing.
Aw, and then let me see. I have another picture here. Please tell us, you don't just have two children, but you have a pet child too. Tell us about this.
So we picked up Tuk Tuk. We travel a lot, and due to my husband's work, but we picked up Tuk Tuk down in Florida, in Orlando, Florida, and he's been with us ever since. And so he's in his terrarium there, hanging out, chilling. But a lot of the times he's in a to-go carrier because we call him Tuk Tuk the traveling turtle because he goes everywhere.
Tuk Tuk the traveling turtle. Unconditional love. You're right, Alkaline. I see you. And then somebody said, yes, she is beautiful inside and out. Lots of comments. Somebody said it was divinely guided that he met my sister Jo. Yes. Beautiful, beautiful inside and out. And I don't know, for some reason, everybody's laughing at me today. I don't laugh out loud. I don't know what I'm saying. That's funny.
Girl, you are shining like the star that you are, honey.
I'm like, I don't know what in the world I'm saying that's funny. But anyway, yes. Oh, I must have been talking about your Boaz. Steve, her Boaz. I love that. Hey, Ivy and Sinjin. Oh, baby face. Yes, yes. Dr. Richard Serrano and his lovely wife, Dr. Nefertina Serrano, they're getting ready to come out with a show that's getting ready to light the world on fire, y'all. So this Thursday, they will be graduating. Your fire truck.
I'm gonna get my fire truck out ready for you, Dr. Richard.
And you got the straight kid version from like Toys R Us or Amazon or something. You're like, wait, you didn't even get no real model one. You got the little baby one.
That's my son's fire truck, girl. I borrow it.
Way to improvise, right? Well, Dr. Serrano's, both of them are going to be coming out with a show called The Serrano Show, and it is fire. They are marriage experts together as husband and wife. They're going to be hosting a show, and they graduate this Thursday right here on the Kim Jacobs Show. They took our online course on how to start your own show from scratch. Y'all don't want to miss it because their show is going to be incredible, and it's going to help save a lot of marriages. Their show is going to be coming on Thursdays. Because they said a lot of times couples have issues and things as they get prepared into the weekend. So they have a whole like rescue 911 type of phone number situation. It's crazy. It's some great stuff that they're going to be doing. So this Thursday at 11 o'clock a.m., tune in to watch them graduate from the Kim Jacobs consulting program. Let me also, I guess I should tell you all this right quick too, that if you want to start your own show from scratch and you want to be able to share your gifts and your talents with the world, all of us have stories. We have brands. We have, we're authors, motivational speakers, business owners, entrepreneurs, and may have a specific niche that you want to share with the rest of the world. Then go to KimJacobsConsulting.com and you can reach out to me personally to ask for a 25% off discount for you watching this broadcast. And I'll be happy to work with you. It's my honor. And I work with you 1 hour for 6 straight weeks until you get your show off the ground. All right. All right. So we're going to take another commercial break. You ready for this, Jaleesa?
I'm ready, honey.
All right. When we
Ready
come
like
back,
Freddie.
what are we going to talk about when we come back?
What are we going to talk about when we come back? What do you want to talk
I
about?
want to talk about what's next for you. What's next? What's going on? What's next?
Well, let's talk about it when we come back, girl.
All right, everybody. We'll be right back with more from Jaleesa Evans as she's taking us on this journey in her wonderful life. We'll be right back.
Come back.
Lamb Funeral Home has been serving the Cabarrus County in North Carolina and surrounding communities for more than 9 years. Our staff of funeral directors are dedicated to providing the very highest quality of service and continue to be well respected throughout the communities we serve. Our professionals are caring, experienced professionals who understand that each family is unique and has personal requests and traditions. These requests and traditions are the utmost importance to our staff of licensed funeral directors. From the initial care to aftercare, you can entrust your loved one and arrangements to Lamb Funeral Home.
All right, everyone, we are back. And again, we are talking with Jaleesa, who's a mommy over there too, and Mackenzie, who's a mommy backstage too. And I see your comments, Mackenzie, you're like, look, I'm holding a sleeping toddler. I'm a mom of 5, girl. I get it. So if you got to hop off, do what you got to do. It's okay. I appreciate you. I know you are a warrior backstage. So thank you for helping me. And Jaleesa, who's right here on the camera, has to been down from time to time because she got 2 homeschool children that she's working with. Such is life. We're balancing this thing called life. That's what we do. And guess what? There's no roadmap or any guidebook to this thing. You just got to do it to the best of your ability and let God lead you and guide you and make it work. What works for you doesn't necessarily always work for another household. So do what works for you. Jaleesa, tell us what you have going on now.
All right. So this pandemic put us all through everything, right? Made us take a deep personal look into ourselves. And I knew I wasn't passionate about, what I was doing in the dental field. And I just stuck to prayer, like, God, what is it? Everybody says it. Why am I here? Show me the path. And I went into coaching with Dr. Gloria Mayfield Banks on confidence because I knew my confidence was down because I got stuck at a job, that I'm just like, oh my God, Monday through Friday is on repeat. And then, you barely get time with your children, your husband. And so my confidence was down, but she boosted that baby right back up. I feel like I'm 20 again, Yes. And I followed her into a conference that she was speaking at, and they started talking about your story. And there I started to pray, okay, God, because I was going with, what they were saying. They're like, pick the challenges in your life. And, we all have many challenges and it's hard to pick one. So I prayed on it. And God gave me the difficult topic of the sexual abuse. Wow. And so I've been on this journey for about 6 months now. I've been trained in a training program with Dr. Les Brown.
Yes.
And man, he is a master at what he does. He is the end all be all of motivational speaking for me. Everybody has their other opinions, but Les is the godfather. And I just got to give him his flowers. He did his thing. He's a master, the sensei, everything. And so now that we recently graduated and I'm a certified speaker now, hey,
I'm proud of you.
you. Woo, 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 woo. And to many
Yes,
people,
Jaleesa Evans just graduated from the Les Brown Hungry for Greatness Speaker Academy. So she is officially certified and well equipped to go out here and handle her business. Actually, I wanted you all to put a 3 in the comments if you think that she should actually have a show. Because I know personally, I think she should have a show. And especially if it's surrounding sexual abuse and how to get through and having guests come on and talk about it. Because everybody, I haven't been sexually abused in that regard, so I can't speak from that perspective. So all I can do is bring in people like yourself that's willing to be transparent and share the story. It's not that I'm not willing to be transparent about it. I just haven't experienced certain things.
right.
So you can't share what you haven't experienced. But
right.
don't get me wrong now, I have experienced a whole lot of stuff that I have been able to share along my journey. And some things I haven't quite yet revealed in detail on purpose because the time is not right for it to get released. But doesn't mean I haven't experienced it, you know? So
Right.
Lots of 3s. This is exactly what I thought. You know, in my book, look, I gotta tell you this for a second. I wrote a book called Extreme Balance Makeover. It was my very first book that I wrote, and I've since been it's four total books, the other books. But in this book, one thing that I talk about, I don't even know what page it's on. Let's see. But anyway, it's oh, here it is on page 25. Listen to this, Jaleesa. This is for you. On
Okay.
page 25, it says many women struggle with balance because they are looking for a magic formula that will tell them the ideal way to achieve balance in their lives. Unfortunately, there's no magic formula. You pick your pearls of wisdom from a variety of sources, and then you decide if it will work in your life. So go ahead all the way down. The unfortunate thing is that most women don't know what they are good at doing. Well, today that changes. If you're reading this book, Extreme Balance Makeover, it changes, right? So let's do a brief 3-3-3 exercise. This is my tip for today, y'all. My balance tip for today, right? Let me put
Let's
it.
do it.
Yeah, I want y'all to hear this for one quick second, because my tip for you all today from a balance perspective is identify 3 things on a blank sheet of paper. Now, this is from my book, Extreme Balance Makeover. You can get it at kimjacobshow.com. On a blank sheet of paper, write down the top 3 things that you are very effective at doing. This is just an exercise anybody can do. Then ask 3 friends. Ask 3 of your best friends, and definitely Ray, right? Is it Ray?
Yes.
Ray needs to be in that 3-friend circle. Steve, you always get Steve is the Boaz, get him.
Yes.
But 3 other people, right? And ask these 3, what are 3 things that they think that you're good at doing? I told you they try to make their debut. They like you. Dun, 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 dun.
He's like, go, mama, go, mama, go. Go, mama, go.
He's like, I know you on a show. I'm not gonna behave back here right now. You might as well put me up on the show. Okay. Ask 3 friends what you're good at doing. Then compare the top 3 things that they said and the 3 things you said, and then force rank them. Make a decision to say, okay, compare the top 3 things that you said about yourself, the top 3 things that they said were your strengths. And then from there, as Les Brown says, it's hard for you to see the picture if you're in the frame. So now you've gotten a different view of the frame because your friends have helped you from outside, right? So you're going to force rank those. And those are the 3 things outside of asking God, who's the governing force, the main go-to. Is this something that you're okay with me proceeding with? What's your will for my life? Your plan for me? Because I know your plans for me are good and not evil. And then execute on some of these things. Anyway, I want you to know that we see something in you that you may not even see in yourself. So let me go back and see all the 3s that came in. Yes, yes, yes. All of these are 3s saying that you actually should start your own show. Lots of 3. 3. Come on. Congratulations, Jaleesa. You're going to have a studio audience jumping up. They're going to be going in soon if you don't mess around and do something. Whoop, 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 whoop. HFG, go start your show. Go start your show. Hey. All right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Silly. I don't know what's wrong with me. Okay, loving this. Love
It's
the
our
kids.
energy and vibrations vibing together, Miss Kim. That's what it is.
That was awesome advice, Kim. Okay, I have another little picture here that you know not of, and I'm gonna pop it up.
Oh, girl. Hey,
Tell
now.
us about that.
So while I was featured as Jet Beauty of the Week. And yes, let's go. I'm so excited you got that. Thank you.
You didn't know. See, I got some skills, right? Go ahead.
Yes, you're a great investigator, girl. You should be a journalist, okay? No, I'm kidding. You're thriving in your talk show. I love it. So in my lingerie football career, I got approached by one of Jet's photographers, and he was like, "I'd love to feature you as a Jet Beauty of the Week. Would you be interested?" I was like, "What? Is that a rhetorical question?" Of course. And so that's one of the things I'm proud of. It's like a national magazine, and Jet's been around for years and years. So I was very excited for that moment.
Yes, well, you're right. Look at Jolisa. Wow.
Y'all making me
One-way
feel a little
model.
fancy.
What'd you say, Jolisa?
I say y'all are making me feel a little fancy.
You look fancy. That's why. Look at you. All kind of great. Yes, fire. Look at Joe. Fire. Y'all, listen. Anything that you didn't share that you wanted to share on today's episode, and we're coming to a close, and you're like, Kim, you didn't even ask me this, and I didn't get to say that. Say some of it.
I just want to say, go to my page here on Facebook, on Instagram, but I would say more specifically Facebook, Joe Evans at Joe Evans MK. I just started a Facebook group community that I'd love if anybody has been a victim of sexual abuse, incest, rape, human trafficking. Definitely join the group. I'm going to start gathering resources, and it's a safe space where we can congregate together and work on the healing process for us all. One thing I did want to mention was just a little bit of statistics, because people sometimes say, "Why men, Joe?" And out of every 68 seconds, an American is sexually assaulted. 1 out of 6 are women. 1 in 33 are men. And 63,000 children per year, that is reported, is sexually assaulted.
63,000?
63,000. And that's just the ones that are reported.
Right. Because there are many that go unchecked. Right.
Yes. And so since 1998, 17.7 million American women has been sexually assaulted.
Oh my gosh.
2.7 have been men that have gone through this experience. So I feel like it is definitely something that we need to normalize about speaking about and finding someone who we can talk to about it, instead of being like me and running and, living still with that wounded, poisoned heart. God didn't put us here for that. Time is a gift and it's unpromised. So we should, like Les says, live our life the way we want to live our life.
That's right. How do you want to be remembered? Live your life the way that you want to be remembered. And guess what? Then you'll have no regrets. So make sure you all follow Joe on her Facebook page, facebook.com, and it's /Joe Evans MK. And you definitely want to be a part of her community and be inspired by everything. Yes, I do see you, Marvina. You said, go, Joe. Go, Joe. Yes. What a statistic. You're right, Ebadabo. That's crazy. It's a lot going on. So
it's
many
crazy.
Healing.
That's
and
why you have to put the numbers, because numbers don't lie. And once you hear those numbers, it's like realistic of the issue that we have in America, in the world. But those are statistics basically for America. But man, yeah, it's real. And those numbers don't lie.
Yeah, one of my back office person here said that I heard somebody, they messed with my kid, and I think that speaks volume for all parents. If if you mess with somebody's children, imagine you were somebody's child, and this happened to you. And did you know you were, like you said, you were raised by your grandma. I don't know if you're 19, so you're kind of technically an adult out there
Yeah.
doing your thing. They don't know these people either, so it's hard to
Right.
say, well, grandma or mom or dad didn't step in. That it's just
And that's another conversation too, which I'll just begin discussing in my private group community there, and it's pinned to the top of my Facebook page. There is how to prepare your children and when to start speaking to your children about this, how to speak to them about this, and make them aware that this is an issue, that there are, monsters out here.
Yep, I agree with you. And listen, if you all are interested in programming like this, then please continue to pour into the Kim Jacobs Show. You can do it through the Cash App, Kim Jacobs Inc., and PayPal, Venmo, Patreon, anything. Just type in Kim Jacobs Show, or in this case on Cash App, it's $ Kim Jacobs Inc. And everything else, just pour into the program so that we can continue to have our staff and team be able to provide you all this type of original program content. The rest of this week, we have a lineup for you second to none. It is an incredible lineup of fantastic speakers and authors, entrepreneurs, people that have real life stories that are going to change your life. So make sure that you are in your virtual seat at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I want to give a special, let me put this up myself, Mackenzie. I'm going to put this one up because I didn't tell you about it. But I want to go here for 1 minute, right here to this. Happy birthday to Mother Patricia Lofton, Mother Patricia D. Lofton. Yes, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. And you're the one that can sing over there. Can you sing happy birthday? You know that?
I was just singing it, but I didn't know if I was like, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
I'll throw it off.
Happy
birthday. Happy birthday to you, Mother Lofton, and many, many, many more years to come. So honored. Wishing you a day filled with happiness and a year filled with joy. Today, she turned 74 years old, and here on the Kim Jacobs Show, we are honored to celebrate with her. So reach out to her. Let her know that you want to bless her. There are ways that you can do that. She's on social media as well. Can you believe the 74-year-old queen? She is rocking and rolling on social media. So definitely reach out to her. And then I also want to recognize, it was one of my dear mothers here, Mother Harper, Mother Julia Harper. She was on here as well, and she took the time to comment. I didn't see, I can't get back to your comment quick enough, Mother Harper, but she's in her 80s, y'all. And she took the time to type a comment on here. So I don't know if you see it, Mackenzie, backstage, but it's Mother Julia Harper. Thank you so much for being here today. And thank you to my mom, who says congratulations as well. I see your comment, Mom. I'm looking hard for Mother Harper. Oh, here it is. Mother Julia Harper. I see it as an opportunity for perfecting love in me. She's such a wise woman. She actually is one of the longest living heart transplant recipients that has a 16-year-old boy's heart beating in her chest for over 20 years. And so thank you for being here today, Mother Harper, too. Yeah. Everyone, thank you all for tuning in. I see all of your comments. Jaleesa, please make sure you go back and try to address some of these comments. And
absolutely. I'm excited about it. And Kim, I want to thank you, and I want to congratulate you on your World's Civility Award.
Thank you.
Yes, it was an honor to be here today. I'll just say that I got chill bumps, congratulating you with it, because it's such an honor. And I'm honored to be on your platform today and to get this opportunity to speak with you. It's been fun, girl. Thank you to all the listeners as well. The comments, y'all were blowing it up in this thing. So I'll definitely check the comments and reply in the comments.
I can already tell you, I want you to be one of our experts that come. We have Freestyle Fridays, and we bring in different experts that will come on periodically, and they'll share like 5 to 7 minutes worth of tips. How many people would love for Jaleesa Evans to be our expert that helps with healing from sexual abuse? And please put that in the comments section. Put a 1 if you think she would be a wonderful Freestyle Friday expert, and we'll go back and see your comments. But I think you'd be awesome. Come in some Fridays, share your tips, and they're going to learn from you. All right. Yes. Bring her back.
Love that.
Y'all are a dramatic studio audience. We got to get off this show. Bring her back. Okay. All right. Lots of ones. I see all of y'all. Okay, everybody. Listen, Jaleesa, stay backstage for me. And we're going to, time I say goodbye, Mackenzie going to click the button. So we got to say it quick. She's going to be like, you said it. Bye. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. God bless you. Have a great day. See you tomorrow at 11. Bye. Click it. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world, one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show.